Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the adaptable, the magnetic, the entirely non-judgmental Dr. You Can Suck It. That's right, everyone. You can suck it. Now I'm coming to you from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck that is mostly a part of a deck that I found off of AetherHub, but it is my true brainchild. The deal was that I wanted to play something that had Rabble Rousing. You know, Rabble Rousing is incredibly cool. We'll talk about what it does in a little bit. So I went and started looking around for some Rabble Rousing deck. So I found a deck I liked pretty well, but it had like zero control in it. And so Beathook Master would come out and all your dudes would die and they'd just be back up at 20 life again. It kind of sucked. So I started taking a look at another Rabble Rousing deck that had a lot more going on for it in the control category, but it never got tokens generated. It just didn't do it. It was kind of a weird situation. So I then played a third deck, still nothing. So I went back to the original first deck, which I liked a lot in the way that it generated the tokens. And then I started removing some stuff and putting in a little bit more control, a little more things to help out. So basically this deck is the deck I got from AetherHub, except for, and I don't remember exactly what I replaced, but in there I put in Guardian of the Faith, and this is pretty much to protect you from a board wipe. It says that, it says that when it enters the battlefield and you can play it as flash, that any number of other target creatures you control phase out. So the deal is that if they play some sort of a board wipe, then you put this dude out, and at which point then you just save all your guys, and then after the entire board's wiped, these guys come back in and they're like, hey, I'm ready to go. So it's fantastic. If anything, I got 3 of them in here. Maybe we don't need 3, maybe we only need 2. You just want to get it is the problem. At some point, you'll need to save yourself from at least 1, possibly 2 board wipes. Let's see what else I put in here. I put Brutal Cathar in here. He doesn't really have anything to do with the creation of tokens, but he is white and he is white control. And so you get him out and he's a creature, which then helps with Rabble Rousing. Because let's talk about Rabble Rousing. So whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures, you create that many 1/1 green and white creatures, right? Citizen tokens. Oh, they're not even humans. They're citizens. That's right. That's crazy. So this isn't even human, really. But anyway, so this just creates a bunch of citizen tokens. And then if you have 10 or more creatures, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost because of the hideaway, right? I don't even care about the hideaway. I don't care. If they could give me this card for 4, I would love that, right? Without the hideaway. Give it to me, man. So anyways, that's what the deal is that Brutal Cathar is another dude as far as he can attack, which can then create another token when he has the attacking going on. I also put in Fateful Absence because we need to be able to kill target creatures or planeswalkers. Otherwise, we're just sitting there at somebody else's mercy with 0 control over the board whatsoever. So yeah, we added Fateful Absence, Brutal Cathar, and Guardian of the Faith. Removed some miscellaneous stuff. I wonder if I have it over here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. What did I remove? I removed Glorious Sunrise. I removed that because that's a great card, but it's 5. It's super expensive. And it does give all your creatures +1/+1 and trampled till the end of the turn. Everything else it does is really good. It's just that I just figured at 5, I needed to keep my creatures alive with Guardian of the Faith more than I need Glorious Sunrise at the end of the game. Let's see. The other thing I did is I got rid of Catilda, the Dawnheart Prime. It says human creatures you control get, tap for 1 mana of any color. And then for like 6, you can put a +1 counter on each creature you control. Once again, she's not that great. I don't have that many humans. And 6 mana is kind of a long time to be waiting for her other abilities. So I figured, yeah, we'll toss that. And what else did I get rid of? I think I might have chewed some stuff back. Like, where did I get Fateful Absence from? Join the Dance. There we go. So yeah, Join the Dance, what it does is it creates 2 1/1 white human tokens, right? And it's got flashbacks so you can do it again. But I'm just like, all right, I mean, that's fine. It creates 2/1/1 white human tokens. It can do it. I just wanted to have more control. I wanted more control. Everything in this deck's got something going on for it, but the Join the Dance was just putting out a couple dudes, so I tossed them. All right, so let's take a look at this deck. We'll see how the cards come together, and then we'll go out and play it, see how well the deck does. At the low end, we start out with Lunarch Veteran. So it's a single white. You put this guy out. He's a 1/1, and then whenever another creature enters the battlefield control, you gain 1 life. So this guy is tempo, right? Tempo, because you're going to gain more life, which means you have more time in the game. Provided they're trying to kill you with damage, this guy is making it harder for them to do so. If he gets killed, you can then bring this guy back from the graveyard as a flying 1/1 spirit, who then you get in 1 life anytime another creature you control leaves the battlefield. So still, that's great because this card can be used twice, right? That's great, right? We got Fateful Absence, which we already talked about. It destroys target creature or planeswalker, and they can investigate, which means they get to draw a card, but even more so, they have to pay 2 mana to draw a card. So suck it, everyone who gets your clue, right? Intrepid Adversary, another cheap dude. He comes out and he's a 3/1 lifelinker, which lifelink is tempo, meaning you will gain life from this guy, hopefully. And if you can cast him for 4, including 2 white mana, you can put an additional +1/+1 counter on him, which then gives +1/+1 to each other creature you control. And this thing is a horde deck, so therefore you're looking to increase the overall power of every one of your creatures. Horde meaning a truckload of little tiny creatures working as a mass, right? We've got Prosperous Innkeeper. So much like Lunarch Veteran, like when he comes into play, he generates 8 treasure, and then whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. So you get that treasure, and you got a bunch of life gains. So between the two of them, you got a lot of life every time a creature comes into place, and this deck is supposed to put out a lot of creatures. We got the Jukai Naturalist. Now, this guy's in here. I kind of feel he doesn't fit the theme very well, but I'll agree he is very useful. So he's just a human monk, but he's got lifelink, so that means tempo, giving you more time, and he makes your enchantments 1 less to cast. And you do have a few enchantments here you would like to get to early. What are those enchantments? Wedding Announcement and Rabble Rousing. So the earlier you can cast those, the better off you're going to be. And Jukai Naturalist actually lets you get to it. So the weird part about him is that he doesn't, he's a creature, he can attack, he'll give you some life, but all he's doing is helping you find other cards. And I usually prefer just to have the other cards and to play them. But I admit, in test playing, this guy's been pretty decent. All right, so we got the Brutal Cathar. Brutal Cathar is in here just so that we can pin other people down. Nice thing about him is that when he wolfs out, he doesn't pin people down anymore, but he does have First Strike and Ward, and he's a 3/3. And then when he transfers back, then you can start pinning even more things down by exiling under him. He becomes a target at that point, but what can you do? It's something that'll help you out there. We got the Wedding Announcement, which will pump out. It's like a saga. It starts pumping out 1/1 white human tokens every turn. If you have attacked with 2 or more creatures in a turn, instead of putting out a dude, you draw a card. So, you either get dudes or you draw a card. Both of those are great. And then on the 3rd term, it transforms into a +1/+1, a Glorious Anthem, making all of your horde that much stronger. So getting out multiple of these is a lot of times just a deck by itself. 2 or 3 of these playing at a time is really hard to fight against. We got Guardian of the Faith. I think I've talked about this a little bit before. Anyways, he's here to protect you from Meat Hook Massacres and other board wipes. So you can play him if you want to use him. He's got Vigilance and he's a 3/2. But the big thing is he's there so that if they try to wipe the board, you can throw him out, phase out all of your other dudes. The board gets wiped, meaning your opponent's got nothing. Except for Planeswalkers or something, right? And then he dies, but then all the other dudes phase back in at the end of the turn. And they're like, I'm here and I'm ready to fight. So that's usually pretty awesome. We got Jetmir, Nexus of Revels. This dude's looking to party. He's 4 and he's of those NAYA colors, right? He's a 5/4, so he's a great guy unto himself for his cost. And then creatures you control get +1/+0 and have vigilance as long as you control 3 or more creatures. This deck is not going to make that a problem. And if you have, what does this say? If you have 6 or more creatures, they all get trample. And if you got 9 or more creatures, then they also get double strike. So if you have 9 or more creatures, they'll all be +3/+0 and double strike. So that means if they fight against anybody, as long as you can kill them on their first strike, dead, then they can just come in and do damage on the second strike against the player, right? That's double strike is fantastic. You just got to get a bunch of dudes out. We got Rabble Rousing. I know we already talked about this one. It's the whole point of the deck. You get 2 of them out, then you're making twice as many creatures as you attack with. I'm still trying to work out whether it's okay to let your guys die as part of that. And it just depends on what you're doing and who you're fighting against, I guess. There it is, Rabble Rousing. We got, lastly here, we've got was it Makindi Stampede. Boom, ba-doom, boom. And this is just a white, slow land. But, how many we got these? 2? Yeah, and so if you're desperate for land, this is a great card, right? It's great. But if you don't, you're not desperate for land, hold it in your hand. It's 5 mana, but it's probably going to finish the game. As long as you got enough dudes, they got trample, then you give them +2/+2. Game over, man. Game over. In the land category, we've got, let's see, 1-man land, 2-man lands. We got the Kamigawa lands that does 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. We got 2 that disenchants stuff or gets rid of non-basic lands. What else we got in here? We got New Capenna, just 1 somehow. Tri-land. I don't know why we'd only have 1 in there. That seems crazy. We got then a bunch of semi-fast lands. Semi-fast dual lands, let's put it that way. And some regular basic lands in there. All right, nothing in the sideboard. So you're playing with what you got. So that's it. We got a bunch of lifelink, bunch of tempo, a lot of helping you out, making sure you got time to play. You got a few things that'll generate a bunch of token creatures for yourself, and the ability to pump those dudes up like crazy. So hopefully that's enough to overwhelm whomever you're going after there. Let's take it out and see how well it does. All right, and we're playing against, what is this? cjaoop. cjaoop. All right. Let's see if we got 2 mana. Is that enough? It's enough for a lot of things. I'm not a big fan. There's a 3rd. All right, let's keep it. We'll keep it. All right, we'll throw out the slow mana just to start us out. What else we got? I guess everything's kind of slow. At least for the first couple of rounds. That's right. This deck does not have any fast mana at all. I mean, everything's... I think everything's this type of duel here. So after we get past turn 2, we'll be all right. Let's make them think we're playing life gain. Mono white. Of course, they can see the green right there. Put out another? Yep, let's do it. Alright, so we got a 4th mana. I could just use it as a disenchant against the... Let's do that. Let's... And again, I can also pin it down just by... Nah, he could always play something. That'd take some hits. Let's just kill it. Grab another land. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and play this with the pop. Why isn't that considered a kicker, you know? And no tax. Did I not get a +1 on it? feel like I got ripped off. No blocks. Alright, so is red really that prominent? I don't think so. We're going to go with the green right there. Now the question is, if I play Jetmir, are they just going to counter me? Let's go for it. Yeah, okay, they're holding it over me. Ooh! I'm shocked they didn't have any counter spells in there. Shocked with a capital S-H-CHA. And the game's over. See you later, cjaoop. Alright, playing against, what is this now? yisusfan? yisusfan? Yisus. Alright. 3 mana. Yeah, I'm good. There's that Guardian of the Faith. He's just there to protect us from, what are they called? Meathook Massacres. White. I'll do it. I actually put him all the way over to the side there. Where he belongs. Oh. Shakaka. Hate those flying white rats. Alright. What do we want here? Let's go for the white and red. And just go in. Oh, I see what the problem was last time. I needed another white to be able to do the second one. Probably didn't have enough white mana. That makes sense. Shakaka. Target creature and opponent controls. Ooh, starting to get a little too many of the Guardian of the Faith there. Might actually have to use them. Tell you what, we're going to go ahead and play out for red. We'll go ahead and Brutal Cathar. Our way to fun and adventure. And swing in for a single point of damage. Down. He gets a land. And we are not going to attack. We'll leave it. All right. We just hulked out. Oh, he has to transform back into Brutal Cathar to start taking creatures over. Not every time he transforms. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Come on, man. Yisusfan. Don't make me touch your bat. Eat my fish. Go ahead, Cubert. You're acting awfully squirrely for a dude that has a handful of cards and all the mana in the world. This is self-portrait. Yeah, unfortunately, the dude does not come in all hasty. Not you, veteran. I'm going to keep it. Boy, for being a token generating deck, I am certainly not generating any tokens here. We're getting all the slow cards. Let's see who we're going to get rid of. We're going to get rid of number 1. And we're going to get rid of number 2. Okay, so I can go crazy town if we just put out the Intrepid Adversary, get them up to 3s. Then they get their dudes back by double blocking. If I just sit off here, the Guardian will be cool. Let's just chill. Well, this is an incredibly passive way to handle this. Oh, we're back to being Ragers again. Apparently we're going to be Obnixilis to death. You coming after me, brah? There we go. Fortunately, they're going to get all their guys back. That'll be fantastic. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha ha ha! Let's see here. Next. Alright. I'm going to chill out here. I still want to use Eiganjo or Guardian of the Faith. In case he decides to try to massacre me again. Don't make me do it. What you doing, Yisus? Are we just roping it now? Nope, here we go. All right, let's party. I don't like the fact that those are just +1s, +0s. I don't necessarily want him to get his dude back. I'm thinking about sending in the Luminarch. Go for it, Puffy Moon. Well, I'm sitting here all open ass to the wind right now, though. Oh, that's not cool. Apparently, he seems to be out of board wipes at the moment. And we win. A lot of thinking on his part. And we're playing against, was this Darthelm? Or is it Darthelm? Like he's like a Sith tree or something like that. Darthelm. All right. 3 mana, like that. We'll keep it 3/3/3 and a 5. All right, we'll start off with the slowest land that there is. Such as weird cyborg demon cow. Oh, okay. Play the game, play the game. Here we go. Put out another white. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and play a green. And at this point, the question is, what should we go after? That is not really worth playing against, is it? So I'm going to go ahead and do a wedding announcement. You tell me if like a dude serving blood was to get into a fight with a really happy looking chow, that they would kill each other? That doesn't seem right. That's how it goes. Alright, here is number red. Let's go ahead and go for a Jetmir. Are they prepared for it? I got to hold back with that Guardian of Faith at this point. You drew your card. Ooh, we got another one. Joink. Let's send them in. All right, I think he's starting. He's got only too many guys out to be thinking about board wiping it. So I think the Guardian of Faith is not that big of a deal. Question is that can I take him out with what I got? Yeah, that's not good. It's not good at all. Let's see. With this out, I'll be able to put the wedding announcement out as well, I believe. All right, there we go. Are we going in for the attack? You just keep coming at me with Catilda. Let's just go for it. He's going to have to lose a lot of dudes to kill that guy. I'm just going to chump block. What I really like is to get another mana so I can... Oh, I can do Rabble Rousing on the next turn. We're good to go because of the Jukai Naturalist. Because I love to double the number of tokens, the number of creatures I got out. Yeah, you better put that on lifelink. Yep. You've done something. Oh, you're up to an 8. That's not good. That's not good at all. He's back up to 20. All right. Whoa. What is this? Protection from werewolves or something? Dang it. Dang it. All right. Let's just go to town. Kill. What else we got? We got 2 more. Prosperous Innkeeper. All right, so let's send in 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, those would have been so nice to have Rabble Rousing out for. If I was you, I'd just double up on the Jetmir. Problem is a Catilda can get played as an enchantment, which sucks. This guy's more in line with chumping. He's not thinking offensively about his defensive actions. You got me there, Skeege. That guy's gonna die. Is that it? Is that the entire block? Huh. Unfortunately, he's going to get lifelink on this next turn and flying, I believe. What, another Wonder Dog back? There he is. So I think with Trample we can win this thing. Look, man, you got to play Catilda. You got to. Here, I'll outline it for you right there. That's your play. Does he get flying? Yep, flying, leaf link, protection from vampires. That's your play. Yep. Oh, that is rough. How am I going to make it over that? See, if I put out the Naturalist on the next turn, then it only costs me 3. I could do it. I could do a Naturalist and a Rabble Rousing. Oh, that's rough. Am I dead? Oh, that sucks. I wasn't supposed to be able to do that. All right, so here is NAYA Rabble Rousing, right? Like I said, I pulled this from someplace on Aether Hub and I made some changes. I think those changes were necessary. What were those changes again? Brutal Cathar and Fateful Absence. The one thing I felt that this deck was missing in its original incarnation was creature control. And so, you know, we have our choice when we're playing NAYA, which either mostly is going to be red direct damage or white, you know, exile or total damage, or total destroy, which is what white's got going for it for a relatively decent price. So, yeah, I went with the white. It's in there, and I think it made all the difference. And this deck has been very good at being about winning. Let's take a look to see what its stats are in this latest incarnation here. Sorry for taking so long. I know I'm pulling time. 75%, right? 75%. So the time we just lost, that was the only time it has lost. That's only 4 games, not a whole bunch. But still, I think it's done fairly well. So the weird part is in all the games we just placed, I wasn't really able to get Rabble Rousing out. We weren't able to get out tons of tokens and see just the pure carnage that causes. So what is the wonder of this deck? Number one, it's Jetmir, Nexus of the Revels. This guy makes all your other dudes so much better and gives you that vigilance and the trample. Tried to get up to the double strike at the same time. I mean, it's not that hard. We didn't manage to get it because we didn't get Rabble Rousing out. The other thing I added was Guardian of the Faith, because when I was playing this deck in its original incarnation, Meathook Massacre was just slaughtering the deck. It was too easy to wipe everything out, and of course then they did nothing but gain life for every one of your creatures you create. You got like 20 dudes, they're looking at it peeing their pants. They put out Meathook Massacre for like 1, at which point then suddenly I got nothing and they've got 20 life again. So it was just a horrible situation. So Guardian of the Faith is the trick that saves you from that. The reason why I didn't do something else, like there's some dude that gives all you guys Indestructible, is because Meathook Massacre works around Indestructible. Basically, this guy, Guardian of the Faith, with phasing out your guys, protects your guys from everything. They'd have to play another instant, after you played this, to be able to defeat the phasing power. And they just don't make board wipes that fast. I mean, they could counter it. I suppose that would be it. So they'd have to play some sort of board wipe and then have a counter ready to go as well. So yeah, Wedding Announcement's putting out a bunch of dudes. Rabble Rousing is multiplying everybody that's attacking. Intrepid Adversary is the guy that makes all of your dudes at least 1 or 2 strikes higher. Jukai Naturalist is the guy that makes all of your enchantments, aka Wedding Announcement and Rabble Rousing, that much easier to play. You have the ability to use this for mana, and if you can, hold it so you can use the +2/+2 rush at the end with all of your guys who Jetmir just happens to give trample, right? So, luckily with Lunarch Veteran out and Prosperous Innkeeper, you're buying yourself lots of time. Because every time one of these dudes comes out, and we're planning on putting out a bunch, then these guys are going to give you the life that you need to keep looking. So anyways, let's talk about rating this deck. Number one, is it competitive? Yeah, I mean, I think this is NAYA Humans, right? I think that's what it is for the most part, which I believe is the number 1 deck in the world right now. Number 2, is it fun? Yes, when you can get the multi-token super popping ability going, it is fun and hilarious, right? Oh, you heard me when Guardian of the Faith came out on a Meathook Massacre. Oh my god, that is the funniest thing in the world. Funny. Problem is you got to hold 3 mana aside to be able to cast it, but still, you got nothing else going on. It is a great way to go, right? Lastly, is there a theme? And really, the theme should be, token human generation. There's not really a lot of that going on. I mean, I did remove a couple of instant tokens, spells so I can put in things like Guardian of Faith and Brutal Cathar. I just felt like we needed a little bit more control. Your humans are being generated by the Wedding Announcement, and they're being generated by the Rabble Rousing. And it's kind of a 50-50 thing whether you're going to be able to get that going or not. I mean, the deck is very strong otherwise, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Because usually just between your regular cards and a Jetmir, you're going to be rocking the board anyway. So I'd say that there's not a strong theme here. So ultimately, it's not just a random collection of crap, right? So I'm going to give it, there we go. That's the score I'm giving it as far as theme is concerned. So it's competitive. It's got some fun stuff to it, and it's all right on the theming is concerned. I'm going to give this one. I just have a hard time believing that this is the S tier super deck that is called NAYA Humans. So I'm just going to give this one an A. I'm going to give it an A. I thought it did pretty dang well. I might say A minus, but you'll have to ask me again after I play this deck some more. So anyways, that's what I think about this deck, and I did have some fun. I hope if you choose to play with this deck that you have as much fun as I did. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, don't let the door hit ya where the good Lord split ya. See ya.